sir. That just Kitty Cammy in the corner. 39 went on here. You Mr. Lumpkin. 337-820-584. See what the problem is.
We're back with another episode of Ask the Edmonds Cop, and Sergeant Damian Smith is here to join us. Thank you for being here.
Thank you for having me again.
We're going to talk about the fact that we are now in phase 2 of the governor's Safe Start plan, and that means that as of today, the day we're doing this interview, that masks are now required when you're in a public setting, outdoors, when you can't socially distance 6 feet. And I'm curious to know what the police have been doing related to that. I'm guessing you have been receiving some questions from citizens about how you're enforcing that, right?
Right, yeah, we've definitely been receiving calls from concerned citizens. Honestly, no different than similar calls that we received before when we initially went into the COVID scenario. But the reality is, our local police department and police departments across the state, in accordance with even the governor's own direction, is more from our aspect a education piece. At the end of the day, this is still a public health issue, and even the mask order has come from the Department of Health after the recent spike, not only in some other counties, but also here locally, seeing those increase in numbers.
Okay. And so if people happen to see somebody without a mask in a setting where they should have a mask, what is the general rule of thumb they should follow about that?
What I'd tell to anybody is protect themselves. We do get calls asking for police to respond to that, but at the same time, we do have other limitations for our resources right now. So even when we do have the ability to respond, it's going to be an education piece, voluntary compliance. But the reality is the best thing that people can do is take care of themselves. Still follow all the guidelines for themselves, and sometimes we just can't control everybody. So when you do see those people, you might have some initial emotional reactions of why they're not wearing a mask, but the reality is there's also some nuances with regards to wearing it and circumstances when they're not supposed to be, whether that be same household family members that maybe you're just not aware of, or they have some sort of underlying medical condition that per the Department of Health, they're not required to wear one. So you don't always know the circumstances when you see that. So when you do see it, again, the number one thing is you have the most control of yourself in your family. So take care of yourself, make sure that you're socially distancing, doing what you need to do in accordance with the directives of our health care professionals.
Okay, that's great. Anything else you want to add about that?
No, just really encourage people to please continue to reach out, make contact with family. There's still a lot of people struggling out there, so we really want to make sure that we're taking care of one another. So it's a great time to check in via Zoom, whatever platform you have with your neighbors. Make sure they're doing okay, because we've got a lot going on right now as a society, and a lot of people are suffering a lot of stress with unemployment, with COVID. So there's just a lot. So I want everybody to take care of themselves, take care of each other, and hopefully we'll see an end real soon to a lot of these issues.
Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you.
We'll be back soon with another episode of Ask the Edmonds Cop.